Like, yo, your church, is it, are you, well, excuse me, your religion first. Let me ask you that. Are you Christian?
Yes, sir. Believe in Jesus
I know,
Christ,
like,
Son of God.
Christian, Baptist, that's why, people try to say it's a difference. I'm not really sure exactly what some of the differences is, so I don't try to,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I don't want to stack persons on just any one religion.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different denominations and all that within the Bible believing people.
I do believe in, I don't want to say exactly, I believe in the word of the Bible, correct?
Yeah.
But I don't believe in like everything that is written in Bibles because I feel like they've been altered so many times due to society. You get what I'm saying? That it makes it kind of hard to depict on what's real and true versus what's not. And for the most part, I'm gonna be honest with you, anything that's real and true is probably easy to find out for me because I'd be in my head thinking, well, if multiple religions is saying the same thing, that there was a Jesus at a point in
Mm-hmm.
time, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later, I mean, you got to come to realize, like, okay, maybe he did exist.
What's interesting about the Bible, though, is you may think about it not being true or whatnot with all the different authors that may have written it, but the Bible, the New Testament, when you compare the New Testament books to other documents of history, the New Testament
Right.
has the most backup compared to all of them combined. Like, we have more archived copies,
Information.
yeah, of the New Testament, just the
Right.
New Testament alone, that's not including the Old Testament, in history. The
Now, what
New
does that
Test.
mean?
So that's like saying, like, if you have one copy of a book passed down from generation to generation, right? And then you have another book. Hang on, there's a guy here.
No. You saying it right. You're saying it right. In other words, you're trying to say there's more archive. There's basically more people holding on to the New Testament than there are the Old Testament. Correct?
Well, not so much the old versus the new, but more like the New Testament versus a lot of other historical documents. It would be like if you had 10 copies of the New Testament in history
Right.
compared to every other historical document, you only got like maybe half of one. That's the difference between the New Testament archives that we have and other historical books that we have. Like, there's a lot of Greek manuscripts that we have copies of, and compared to them, the amount of New Testament manuscripts that we have is like in the thousands compared to those ones. So it's like the source material that we have for the New Testament far
It's a lot
outweighs.
greater.
Yeah, so much greater. So it's like, if you can believe these other Greek documents that are historical, that aren't even, I don't want to say that important, but are, they're pretty important. Like, how much more can you believe that the New Testament is legit because of how much source material we have of that, There's a website that explains it really, really good. I'm going to try and find it, and I'll tell you it here in a second. Let me just land. If you go to arkencounter.com.
Ark Encounter?
Yep. ARK encounter. Like encountering, like a close encounter. Yeah, arkencounter.com. And then there's a little video where it says, "Can we trust the New Testament manuscripts?" If you check out that video, he explains it really, really well using coffee beans, and it's actually kind of funny, but it's pretty legit.
Coffee beans?
Yeah, he has like a cup of coffee beans that he uses.
I like the fact you said he explains it with coffee beans.
It's pretty good.
It makes me 10 times more interested.